Alright, this is a new day, a new chance for me to start all over. It's a little bit drier than it was last time. We're going to see if we can get the thing to start and actually cut. I'm not going to do too much because I'm kind of tired. I just got off work and have been out in the sun all day. But I'm going to see if I can't get it to cut better using the techniques you guys talked about on the other video about going up underneath and maybe doing a triangular cut. I'm going to try that and see if that improves my ability to cut without the saw jamming. See if we can even get it started. Already we're doing better, aren't we? Alright, I'm trying to cut from underneath and then, and then I'm going to cut from the top on the other side. We'll see how well it works. The engine shuts off again when I shut it off, so I guess with the saw, maybe it's a safety feature. A pro. I don't know if you can tell I'm obviously stuck again, but at least not as bad, I think, this time. It's not, I didn't connect the two cuts. I might need you to help me again. It got stuck. Looks like it's raining. As soon as I start, it's raining. See, water's dropping. Yes, we're probably gonna have to stop. I'm gonna have my wife help me get it out. It's stuck again. We're gonna have to try to unwedge it and get it out because I don't know if you can see the water drops coming here. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut the camera off and see if we can't get it out of there. And I'm just gonna have to try again another day because it's raining even as we're trying to work on this. Alright, using brute strength and this little thing that we found when we were metal detecting, I was able to unwedge the saw. The rain has stopped sprinkling, so I'm going to go ahead and try again. But I want to point out something that's going to have to happen, which is, as some of you have already noted and suggested, there's also the dirt and sand and rock that's embedded inside the roots, and that obviously is bad for the chainsaw. It says don't run chainsaws through dirt and sand. It'll end up ruining the blade. So I'm gonna have to try to get that sand out. Now I don't have a hose or anything that can reach back here, so I may have to try to get a broom and try to sweep that sand off there as best as I can. So it's gonna really slow the process down because I can't just cut. Have to remove all that sand. I'll show you what I'm talking about. See all this? This is all sand. It's all embedded throughout the, because this is not a regular tree, it's roots. So it's got all this sand in it, all this dirt, all this stuff. So all that's going to have to be removed in order for me to cut. Otherwise I'm going to ruin the blade. Let me see if it'll even still work at this point. So I managed to learn how to work the chainsaw, at least get it started easily. It's almost all the way through, so I'm getting a little bit better with the technique. I think what you have to do now that I'm looking at it and seeing how it's behaving, I think you have to leave the saw obviously running, as a lot of you have suggested. Don't let off on that throttle, but let it run all the way through. And then instead of trying to pull it up, I think it's going to be safer to pull it out. Because when you try to pull it up, it tends to shut off, and then, I don't know, or maybe it does pull up, but it hits stuff along the way. I think it's easier to just pull it out. I have about another 2 inches to cut through the the connection between those two, and I think it goes all the way through. Forgot to do the safety release. Still learning. Forgot to release the safety. Now it's released. Again. Alright, I cut through, actually my first clean cut, if you want to call it that, even though it really wasn't that clean. But it did go all the way through. So I'm getting a little bit better at it, and I notice this thing always shuts off if you let go of the, I don't know what that's called, but the speed adjustment to get it to actually spin. So that's just something I need to keep in mind with this particular chainsaw, that if I let it go, it's going to stop. Let's try to cut off a chunk. We'll try to cut off a chunk of it and then maybe call it a day, or I might do a little bit more. But I think I'm going to be better off doing it another day once I trim all these bushes and stuff out of the way again. It's been raining here almost every day, so the grass has been growing like crazy. Forgot to prime it. Then halfway in on the throttle, on the thingy, the adjustment. Then all the way in. Then safety release. All right. Denoy 130. My first cut. Here then is my trophy for my first cut. My wife's not too impressed. My first real cut. I'm so excited. I think we're going to try another big cut and cut that other chunk, you know, the chunk that got stuck yesterday. We're going to try that and see how that goes. And per the advice of Tom and several others, I'm going to go really slow. You know, I think better safe and slow than rushing it and getting myself hurt or breaking the equipment. So I'm going to cut what I can cut today, and then I'm going to try to clean it up, you know, brush away all that dirt and sand that's embedded inside the roots. And I think if we can get rid of the major roots, the big ones, that'll start to kill the tree. I also have to remove, I don't know if you can see all those, the vines that have grown all over it. It's making it impossible to see what I'm cutting. So I'm going to have to yank all that off before I proceed and actually brush off all that sand and stuff. Up too far. I thought I could cut all the way through from the bottom. Got myself stuck again. That's not good. A little bit overconfident, and I thought I could go through the bottom and cut it all the way up, but as it came up, the pressure pushed the two together and it's wedged the blade, so I'm going to have to remove that. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video right now and see if I can't remove that somehow. Maybe you have to pry it again from the bottom, try to wiggle it out. I don't know if you notice, the chunk is missing now. It was almost all the way through. So what happened was I ended up kicking it, you know, just kicking it, and it broke through, and of course the blade fell back down through. So we cut through this whole section here now. Clean cut through. So the tree should start to die. This was the piece that came off. You can see where it's stuck from the other one. Still got a little piece on it, but that's a big chunk of the root that's been cut now. So the tree may try to fight back and might actually, it might try to grow bigger and stronger roots, you know, from the ones that are still around, and maybe grow new roots. So I got to work fast to kill it because the tree obviously wants to stay alive. So knowing that I'm attacking it and the major roots on it, those are two big roots. It had the third one that I cut off a long time ago. The rest of it's going to be very hard for me to get to until I clean it out, and that's going to be very time consuming, but I'm going to have to do it with a broom. Unless I can get a new hose or something, buy a hose and bring it all the way back here and try to do pressure washing if I can get enough water pressure to wash that, all the sand out of there. But I think this is enough for today. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for all your prayers and suggestions. I think they are helping. We are a lot more successful today than we were the first day. So until next time, everybody. I hope I wasn't too close. You know, I saw last time the video wasn't even showing me. So I think I'm getting better, at least with starting this and knowing how to work things. So I appreciate all of you giving me tips, all of you who have more experience, and for all your safety advice. Thank you.